Man, I adored that kid. I mean, from the moment he came into the world, you know, because when he first came out, you know, it's like, wow, he looks like me. I could see it. I remember his first birthday, and we were living in Hawthorne, and I just was his mom was videoing. You know, we were saying happy birthday to him, and I just let him know back then how much I loved him. You know, how much he meant to me.
So who taught how to play basketball?
I did. I started him out because I played basketball, and so we went to the San Pedro Y. He was like 4.5. You know, he just got better and better.
Ryse, when O'Bray would speak, especially when it came to basketball or just life in general, you can see it in Ryse's eyes that he was getting what his dad was saying. He wasn't just, you know, taking it on his dad, you know, okay, Dad. You know, it was an awesome relationship. They had a good relationship.
They were like this when it came to basketball. Like, they were always practicing together. They would even have me over at the courts, getting the loose balls that go, and then my dad would have me run a little lap.
First was the homework. His father was right there with the homework. I mean, his dad was all about the homework and the education, okay? But second to that was after school, after homework, it's to the basketball court at the park, religiously. And I know what religiously means, okay? I became clear that I was surrendering my grandson to basketball, and it wasn't just a regular basketball routine of, you know, weekends or, you know, after school for a few hours. No, this was going to be his life, and it became his life.
Yeah, so, you know, he was exceptional, man. What can I say?
Ryse playing basketball in his backyard, 2.5 years old. He's had this ball thing since he was a basketball hoop. He had it since he was probably 1.5, and he's really into it. He just made a ball. Ooh, Ryse just made a ball. His daddy trying to get him to really like Shaquille better though, but he's into Kobe. He made another basket. Ooh. And this is what Ryse likes to do. This and playing drums and strumming his guitar, listening to music. This is what he's into. Today is April the 14th, 2001. Okay, just wanted to get this on tape. So when he gets older, you can see this is how he started off before he became pro. Goodbye.
I met Ryse when I was about 13 at actually down the street from here at Rancho Park, Cal Supreme practice. You know, basically all big time hoopers started there, so that's how we formed our relationship.
Ryse came in the summer of 2013, going into 14, after we won the state championship. And big foot, big head, big hands, kind of chubby. He just kind of had like this grin always on him. He was always happy.
My first impression of Ryse was really, why is this guy so happy? Like, what do you have to be so happy for? And then, you know, you get to know him and you realize why.
His first couple of days here in the summertime, we had him play with the younger kids. We wanted him to earn his way up, and I can remember he played a freshman game and scored about 40 in the freshman game in the summertime, and so.
I'm like, what is he doing playing with the freshman team? Like, get him over here.
By the end of that tournament, it was like, okay, let's move him up to play varsity. So
when he had great games, man, I was like riding high, and he, you know, when he had a good game.
One word, bucket. Bro's a bucket. That man had a strap. I ain't gonna lie.
He would shoot some shit where I'm like, damn, and like I'll just watch like the ball just go, and that shit would just be cash. I'm like, all right, like he's like that, like.
Our last one, Crossroads. Versus Redondo Union. Consolation bracket, open division.
From the time we played Crossroads against Sharif O'Neal and them, that game, if you was here, it's some clips on YouTube, bro. That game was lit. That's probably the most fun I had, bro.
I actually watched the game the other day. I forgot that dude had it was like a smooth 25-30.
plus I caught fire that game too. But like, if you go through the clips, you can see Ryse just passing me the ball. As soon as he passes it, he turns away like this, like just running back down the floor. Just seeing that, like him having that type of confidence in me and others around him, it was a sight to see. So I'll never forget that moment. For real.
But going into like the state game, bro, this dude Sharif and Ira were just going off.
The game was tied. And it was either we get a bucket or they get a bucket. Ryse comes down, ISO's my point guard. In and out cross behind the back. Hits it. He looks right at me. I'm trying to take the ball out real fast. And man, he got me. Everyone shakes their hands after the game. He looked at me, he said, "I got you." I was like, "It's like you did." And that was the last time I saw him on there. They told me he was sick in that game. I didn't know that. He looked, like I said, on the surface, you look at him, you're like, he seemed fine.
And I think the other team was shooting free throws, and then just like randomly, he was like coughing in the way of like he was choking, like couldn't breathe. Yeah, and he just kind of like ran off and like had to throw up, and then he was like fine after that. But it was odd because it seemed like it just was like out of nowhere. And
I remember that playoff moment vividly, honestly, because I was right there on the bench, and it was like, "Man, you good, big bro?" And he was right back out there trying to play his hardest.
So that just shows you how strong of a dude he was. For him to go that long and without anybody even knowing is crazy.
Yeah, I remember that game. It's a game he threw up. And he was sick. Out there still playing. It didn't strike me at the time when he went to he went and threw up. Never seen that. Never missed a day of school, man. With cancer, terminal cancer.
The first signs was him not eating his breakfast. And it was just days and days in a row where his plate was putting in the refrigerator. I was like, what's going on? It's not like you.
He was complaining about back pain a lot.
Oh yeah, you're just working out too hard.
And the pediatrician, he came and he said, "Oh yes, I agree. That's exactly what it is."
I didn't really think anything of it. I was kind of like, oh, it sucks that he's going through this, but I didn't think anything to like this extent.
Renal medullary carcinoma is abbreviated as RMC, and it is a type of kidney cancer. It's a rare type of kidney cancer, and it may actually be the deadliest, most lethal kidney cancer, unfortunately, that happens in young adults. The classic immunotherapies that work against just about every other kidney cancer don't work against RMC at all. At all. What we're doing is trying to understand why.
You cannot make advances. You cannot find therapies or develop therapies for any illness that is really difficult to treat unless you have hope. Hope is at the core of our work.
How can we continue to avoid misdiagnosis of RMC?
It all comes down to raising awareness. We need to raise awareness in each community. We need to raise awareness among healthcare professionals. There are physicians, even surgeons, who are not aware, who haven't heard of RMC.
This cancer is killing our adolescents and young adults. And if we don't jump on this and realize a sense of urgency, we will continue to use lives.